and welcome back to another Doctor Who product review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at yet another Big Chief 1/6 scale collector figure, and this time it is a second edition of the 10th Doctor figure, this time as seen in his blue suit from Doctor Who Series 4. So firstly, taking a look at the packaging, as you can see this is a shipping crate that keeps the product inside safe, so we have the Big Chief logo at the front, along with what the figure is, and then the specifications listed at the bottom, and then on the inside we get the much better and much nicer designed box. Taking a look at the box itself, as you can see it's pretty much exactly the same layout to that of the previous figures that I've reviewed from the Big Chief line. So at the front we get the foil block Doctor Who logo, this time in silver, and then we get the diamond design around the sides along with this really nice star field. Along the top we get Series 4, which is of course the costume of the 10th Doctor in this set, and then we get the 10th Doctor's dates along the bottom, along with limited edition 1/6 scale collector figure. The side of the box has a really nice image of the 10th Doctor along with the Doctor Who logo once again. And then the corresponding side of the box, of course, has another image, this time of the 10th Doctor in his glasses. As per usual, the lid is magnetic, so it lifts off to reveal the backdrop. This time we have the TARDIS design at the back there. And of course, on the box on the inside, we get the figure nicely displayed in its trays. Along the sides of the box, we get a few more promotional images of the figure, along with the accessory specifications. And then on the other side, once again, we get more promotional images along with the specifications for the figure itself. And of course, on the back of the box, we get a big image of the figure, along with the TARDIS, along with a bit of information about the 10th Doctor, Doctor Who, and the 10th Doctor's dates once again. Top of the box just has the title of the set once again, and then the bottom of the box has the company information, along with the limited edition details, which mine is Unit 407. Per usual, the figure comes in two trays, the first tray being the biggest and contains the actual figure itself, along with the majority of the accessories, and the second tray being the back one, including the base and a few more of the bigger accessories. So here is the figure out of its box, and you know the drill, doesn't it look absolutely bloody brilliant? Which of course it would, because it's Big Chief Studios, and once again they've failed to disappoint. This is in fact one of the oldest figures that I've ever reviewed from the line, and I've been a little bit late to the bandwagon on this one, because this is essentially one of the last ones that they actually had in stock, because in fact released two so far, is Series 2 brown suit version, and a Series 4 blue suit version, so I do believe sort of unstatistically this will probably be made the most popular Big Chief figure yet, because even though it's all sold out, this in fact had the biggest production run of 2000, so therefore it's probably one of the most popular yet. Brown overcoat trench coat. Now a few people like this, a few people hate this. Personally, I'm a little bit in the middle. I could see why a few people would dislike it, but at the same time I think it finishes off the figure really well. So as you can see, there isn't really too much to talk about generally. It's quite baggy because the trench coat would be. Down the sides we get several black buttons, as you can see, 4 on either side, which has been stitched really well, and then on the inside of course we do have the stitching, which has in fact been very well hidden, forming the really nice blue lining, once again looking brilliant when it's on display, all nicely flowed out. Then of course on the sides we also get the pocket. This is nice to see that it is also real, so you could put an actual accessory in there, and once again it's been really neatly stitched together. And then along the back as well we get this really odd pattern where we have this sort of lighter yellow colour which has been stitched down there. Didn't even know that was on the actual thing, but apparently it is. I don't really know what they are. Then of course down the middle we also have this weird strap as well, which I don't really know what that is either. Moving down to the sides we have the flare piece, which once again this has been done really well. Love the way it's been stitched to actually have a natural flare to it, as you can see, so it actually goes back into the coat itself. And then of course down the sides we do get some buttons once again, which of course are just there for design purposes, and they don't in fact actually work, because to be honest nobody would want them to work really. Along the top of the trench coat we of course get the brown lapels, which have been done really well. Once again these have been stitched down to actually aid the posability so they don't flop out everywhere, which is great to see, and once again those have been really nicely crafted together. And then to finish off, what I do really like, and something that I wish was added to a lot more of the Big Chief clothing, is a running of wire going all the way around the bottom of the coat, meaning that you can pose it in any way that you want, meaning you could have him dramatically sort of swinging it about and things like that, which is really good for photography and things, and also making it look very natural when it's flowing down as well. As you can see, you can sort of bounce it against the body, making it look like it drops down naturally, which is great, and once again something that other long coats on the Big Chief line may aid from. And then just to give a closer look at the cuffs, there isn't really too much to talk about. However, you can sort of give the idea of how bigger it actually is. As you can see, if this was actually brought down fully, it would look a little bit like this on the hand, meaning that it is quite big, but that said, it does need to go over the whole costume, so it is naturally meant to be bigger anyway, and it's sort of easier to take off in that way, so I do understand why Big Chief have made it this big. And as to the colour, personally I don't mind it. I think that it's sort of quite reminiscent to what's seen in the show. Maybe it's a little bit too light though, however, but also on camera it does look lighter than it actually is. To slide off the coat, all you need to do is move back the arms as so once the hands have actually been taken off, and as per any Big Chief costume, all you need to do is lightly pull on the arms and the top half of the coat, and that will gradually slide off easily. Then of course, just for those people that are interested, here is the inside of the coat. We have the pockets on either side and the really nice blue lining that, not gonna lie, I want on a coat myself. So I do believe the trench coat is in fact exactly the same to the original version. I don't know, don't quote me on that because I don't have the original version, but I'm pretty sure it is. This, however, underneath the blue suit is brand new. It's completely different to that of the original because the other one was brown and blue stripe, I do believe. This is, of course, blue with sort of a burgundy stripe to represent that of Season 4. This has in fact been done incredibly well. I know that in the past a lot of people have said the Big Chief clothes are rather baggy, however, I think they've pulled off the suit look incredibly well. Of course, down the middle we get the buttons, which have been really nicely stitched to the suit. Along with this we get the pockets towards the side. These are just fake pockets that have been made out of material. To the bottom of this we also get 2 further pockets, which once again have the flap over to make it look like they would actually work, but of course they don't, they're just there for design purposes. The whole suit has got this really nice orangey pattern over it. As you can see, we have the blue underneath, but then we have sort of this almost copper orange design over the top. Once back of the suit, there isn't really too much to talk about. It's exactly the same design as the front, of course. However, what is really nice to see, they've included sort of this strap section to really bring the figure together, once again making it look like a tight suit like how it would in the actual show. What I do really like is at the bottom we do also get the flap once again, just a really minor little detail, but it's still really nice that they've included it. And then of course towards the top of the suit we get the same blue and copper orange pattern once again. This has been done really well and stitched really nicely down to the actual suit itself, meaning that it doesn't look messy and it's nicely placed down on the actual suit. I really like the way that this has been stitched together. It looks very tight and very neat. The whole top of the suit has in fact been padded, as you can see on the shoulders. It does seem to sort of squish together a little bit more than a normal Big Chief would. That's because they've sort of padded it out to make it look like an actual suit, and also a little bit more like how David Tennant's posture actually is. Arms once again follow exactly the same pattern with the blue and the copper orange stripe over the top, and then at the very bottom we have the cuffs, which once again not really too much to talk about. They've just been really nicely stitched together. However, on the opposite side we do get some additional detailing on the cuffs. As you can see, it's slightly divided, and we do have the detailing of 3 buttons which have been really nicely glued to the suit. Same is of course present on the opposite side. However, this side in fact only has 2 buttons. I don't know if that's actually meant to be like that or it's just an issue with my figure. I may need to check that out after this review. To the collar now, underneath this we also have the burgundy shirt. Now it's sort of a burgundy, sort of rusted orange colour. It's been really nicely done. I don't quite know what story this is from. I've nicely done. I really like the way we have the collar and things. Even on the inside we do get the detailing of whatever those are meant to be, sort of the little metal stump type of things, but those have been really nicely stitched together, and once again, for the scale it is quite good, although the side does in fact sort of bag out a little bit. As you can see, that can of course be pushed in. It does tend to pop out, as you can see though, once again when you do that, but I do think it's been stitched together rather nicely and gives the appearance of a collar, which is good. Taking a look under this now by popping off the jacket slightly using the button, as you can see underneath you do have the tie and things continued. This has been done really well. I really like the way the tie has actually got all the detailing on. From what I can remember, I do believe this is quite accurate to what is seen in the show. We've sort of got this lighter purple design, along with almost this sort of flowery jellyfish style of pattern. I don't particularly know, but once again, I do believe that is reminiscent of what is seen in the show. That goes all the way down. It is a proper tie made out of this really nice material, along with the separate piece at the bottom. It's like a proper tie and everything. It's probably even tied like an actual tie, so I'm never undoing that because I won't be able to undo it back again. Just whilst we've got the opportunity to slide back the shirt even more, as you can see you have the more burgundy design underneath, along with this really nice designing of the black buttons, which once again have been excellently stitched on. And I really like the design of the pocket towards the side as well, which once again I do believe actually works. Not really any detailing on the inside of the jacket, it's just a light blue design, but overall I really like the way that this design has actually been included, even though that it's under the layers of the clothing as it is and probably won't be seen. It's still nice that they've included it. And speaking of hidden designs, on the back of the left hand side of the jacket we do in fact have the addition of a pocket, which once again does in fact actually work. You could pop an accessory in there. Once again, not necessarily going to be seen, but it is still nice that they've included it. Taking a look further down the suit now, I really like the way that the bottom button has in fact been fastened, which once again is accurate to the show itself. However, on the bottom we do of course have the remainder of the suit, which once again follows exactly the same colour scheme to that of the suit above. As you can see, this has been done really well and has your standard design of some Big Chief trousers. So we have the flyers there, which have been really nicely fastened together, along with the top of the trousers, including the really nice stitching pattern, along with even the fastenings for the belt, which this figure doesn't come with a belt, but it's still nice that they've included them. And once again, towards the side of this, you do get the pockets at the side, which do in fact actually work. So once again, you can put the figure's hands in there to make him look cool and trendy, like how the 10th Doctor normally does. And then on the back of the trousers, once again, we get the additional detailing of the belt buckle, the same as the front. And then we also have the 2 additional pockets, which once again actually work. And this time they have 2 additional buttons on as well, which is really nice, finishing off the figure really well. Not really too much else to say about the trousers, because they're pretty much exactly the same design to that of the rest of the suit. However, it's really nice to see that they're tighter than your average Big Chief trousers, which once again, really creating that suit look. Moving up the trousers slightly, we do get the addition of this random sock piece, which is just a black piece of material wrapped around the leg to give the appearance of a sock. Once again, not necessary, but still nice that they've included it. And of course, taking a look at the shoes at the bottom. Once again, Big Chief Studios have done a bloody good job on these, because they always do with shoes for some reason. These have been done out of sort of a plasticky material. Once again, they're all one piece, and they've just been so well done. As you can see, they look like Converse, of course. You've got the stitching down the sides, the two additional buttons towards the side as well, and the laces have been done really nicely with this white underneath and then sort of this yellowy wash over the top to make them look dirty. Then we have the soles as well, which have this really nice texture along, much like how they would in the actual shirt, along with the black lining, as well as the sole piece as well with that same battered look. It's just been excellently done. Moving to the sides, we get this massive white dot, which is presumably where the Converse logo would go, but it can't go there because of copyright and things like that. How annoying. But yeah, at the very back there, we also get some more further detailing of this really nice and very intricate stitching white pattern, which is just brilliant. Now, taking a look at David Tennant's face, I do believe at the time of this release, it would have been the second sculpt that they'd done, the first of course being the more floppy version as seen in Series 2 on the original figure. However, now in terms of Big Chief, I do believe that there's 3, because there's the further collect and build regeneration head that came with the 9 one if you pre-ordered it. So yeah, this is probably by far the best David Tennant head, and I do believe that it's generally favoured over the other one because of the spikiness at the top, because hey, why wouldn't you like that stuff? But yeah, it's been really well done actually. Once again, we've got your traditional Big Chief stars in there, once again with the really glossy eyes and things, really making it look alive. Grego's done a really good job on creating sort of a stippling effect on the side of the face. As you can see, we get this really nice light reflected pattern, which is actually natural there, which once again making it look very much like he's almost tanned in a way, much like how David Tennant actually is. The eyes have been really well done along the sides as well. As you can see, we get lighter pink brush stroke as well along the sides of the eye, once again really making it look very flesh-like. I really like the way that we've got the pupils as well, once again sort of creating that brown and black in there, along with the reflection, which once again, if I just move that around, you can see the reflection in the light, much like how I actually would be in real life. I still can't get over how accurate they are in real life, to be honest. And then we have the eyebrows as well, which once again have been really well done, not too over the top or anything like that. And then generally overall, the skin tone has been really well done, because David Tennant is quite young. We don't really get 2 blemishes on the face. We only have a few around the eyes there, as you can see, but creasing overall, we have a few down the bottom as well, but nothing really too major. It's a little bit like the Matt Smith head, where we don't really have as much detailing on compared to that of William Hartnell or Peter Capaldi. Of course, at the very bottom of the chin there, we do get the brief idea of stubbling as well. This can be overdone on figures, I think, especially sort of ones of a smaller scale. I've seen even a few Hot Toys that I think have honestly sort of gone over a little bit on the stubbling. However, with this figure, once again, Grego has done an absolutely amazing job of creating not really something that's too over the top or anything like that, but just like how his face actually was in the show. Once again, that goes under the chin itself, going onto the neck a little bit as well. In the very middle, we of course get the lips, which have been really well done, once again making it look very natural to how it would in real life. Taking a look at the famous David Tennant hair now, as you can see, we've got a lot of different paint apps in this. Once again, tons of different brush strokes of browns and blacks and things, really bring out some of the details. The sculpting overall is excellent. Once again, we do have a lot of different colours and things on the bottom, making it look rather messy in parts, especially around the back. As you can see, I have a few tufts and things sticking out. However, all the main detailing is of course at the front, where we have the really nice quiffy sort of sticky out piece. As you can see, this has been really well done. Along the top there, we get lots of individual strokes, once again repeated, along with a few browns and things in there, really bring out some of the details. However, what I do really like is, once again, at the front, we actually have the hair protruding from the body. We even have a few additional strands, once again, such as this one here, just sticking out by itself, which has been sort of made, I do believe, as sort of a lighter PVC, as it is sort of a separate piece. It has just been excellently done. The way that they've really achieved that really nice look of having a few browns in there as well is excellently made and sculpted. Of course, towards the sides of this, you do get the detailing of the ears once again, which look the addition of the sideburns as well, which do have a few little additional brush strokes connecting to the face, once again, making it look how hair actually would connect to the body. So overall for the face, once again, I'm really impressed by it. Big Chief have failed to disappoint. The detail is absolutely excellent, and some of the best that I've ever seen, and probably the best David Tennant likeness that I've ever seen on a figure. Moving on to the accessories now, we get quite a nice wide range of things actually. If you got the initial version, once again, some of these will be repeats. However, some of the things that were with the original have in fact been taken out, so some of them are in fact exclusive to the original version. However, with this one, we do get a few that are in fact aimed around the series that this is from, being Series 4. So firstly, much like any Doctor figure, we get the sonic screwdriver. This has been detailed incredibly well. We get the blue emitter at the top, we get the different silver sections along the really nice translucent section in the middle, and then we also get the handle along with the little detailing of the blue as well, along with a very nice black tip. Generally, overall, it's a nice little thing, incredibly well detailed, and it is pretty much exactly the same to the original and the 9th Doctor figure as well. So for the sonic screwdrivers, we do get the additional version, which is the closed variant, which is of course a little bit smaller to the other version. Once again, exactly the same detail of the handle and the blue emitter and the black piece at the bottom. And once again, a nice little inclusion. Do also get two different fob watches with the figure. Once again, I do believe that these are one of the repeats from the original version as well. These have been incredibly well detailed. This is the open version, as you can obviously tell, because it is open. So we have the clock in the middle there, along with this really nice golden detailing along the handle, which even has the hoop along the top, which is in fact an individual piece. And then on the inside of this, we get a little bit of detailing in there, nothing too special. We do get a few little stars and things like that, which is nice. And then, of course, on the back, we do get all of the Gallifreyan text, which once again, incredibly well done for the size, and a really nice piece. It doesn't, of course, close, and even on the back, we get a few little hoops as well. As I say, it doesn't close or anything like that, because we have another version to, in fact, replicate the closed mode. Here is said version. As you can see, it's pretty much exactly the same to that of the other version that I've just taken a look at, with the hoop at the top and things, and the Gallifreyan text at the front and back, and it is pretty much just the same size as well. However, it is closed, which once again is a nice little feature, and you can display this nicely with the 10th Doctor. Much like all the new series Doctor figures, we do also have the psychic paper, which has remained pretty much exactly the same for all of the releases. However, this one is slightly more bendy than a few of the others, because we do get some that are sort of harder, that can't bend like this, some of them that can. It is a little bit odd, but at the front we do get this very odd design of sort of this fork pattern, which I still don't know what it is. And then on the inside we get the other piece with the message on, which would normally be white. However, with this being the 10th Doctor one, they decided to add a little feature, and as you can see, we have the River Song text that says, "The library, come as soon as you can with a kiss." Which is of course from Silence in the Library, but once again, it's a really nice and simple little feature and a novelty compared to that of the other versions. And then of course, because this figure is from Series 4, we get an exclusive little accessory, which is the Adipose tracker, which I do believe in the actual show was made out of plugs and things like that. And once again, it's a really nice little piece. I really like the translucent sections and the gold little knob things at the top. Then we even have the plug section in the middle with all the little wires and things like that. And I really like the way we have this piece going all the way through. It is a really nice little thing, actually. And then on the back, we also get the black piece to make it easier to hold, and also being on the actual prop itself. And yeah, generally overall, it's a nice little thing, a nice little exclusive for this figure as well, considering it didn't come with the other version. And now all we need is an Adipose. That's no problem, because we also have one with this figure. Now, if you do get this one and none of the other expansion packs, this is the only Adipose that you'll in fact get. There is in fact quite a few more available. So as you can see, I did a whole review of these a few months ago, but they are generally a really nice little thing. We have the detailing of the feet at the bottom and the hands as well, along with a really nice detailing of the pink around the eyes and the mouth. And this is sort of just in a solemn pose, as you can see, slightly leaning over. But as I say, if you want more Big Chief Adiposes in your life, go and check out my expansion pack review, which I uploaded a few months ago. Then, of course, for additional clothing accessories, we do also get 3 pairs of glasses, which all look brilliant on the figure. Glasses can be placed onto the head very easily, much like how the 1st Doctor figure and 11th Doctor figures can. So as you can see, we could just slide them on. You do need to be careful though, because of course the lenses at the sides are very, very thin. So you do need to just slide them onto the ears to the sides. Here we have the 10th Doctor wearing the brainy specs. They do of course look a little bit weird because they don't really fit the 1/6 scale, because I don't think any glasses could, to be honest. However, they are still a really nice feature and set off the figure really nicely. I do really like the lenses, how they actually work as well, and are a little bit lenticular. And then, of course, here's the 10th Doctor in his sunglasses. I don't really know what episode these was from. I can't really recall. I do believe they've made a few appearances, but they are still a really nice feature. However, I'm pretty certain that these won't be staying with the 10th Doctor for long, and they'll definitely be going to another incarnation until the proper ones arrive. Not gonna lie, it actually suits them pretty well. Oh, dear. Also, to finish up with glasses, we do also have the 3D ones, which I don't really think appeared very much in Series 4 with the blue suit, but I don't really mind too much because they are sort of a trademark thing with the 10th Doctor, so I am still glad that they included them. The detail on them is really nice. They do literally look like some very small 3D glasses, very nicely and thickly done, and do have, of course, have the lenticular lenses at the front being the blue and the red, so now I can see all that wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. I can't believe I've just quoted David Tennant. Accessories aren't over yet though, however, because there is a few additional accessories that you can get through other expansion packs that are available on the Big Chief website. Now, I do believe that these were initially sold with the actual figure themselves before they went up for pre-order and things like that, but these are ones that you can now buy for £20 as a nice little additional set. So firstly, we get yet another Adipose. Once again, this isn't the same as the other version that I reviewed a few months ago, because that one was waving with the other hand, but this one is waving with the opposite one. So as you can see, we get a smiley face once again with the feet and things, and the 2 little hands. It's all very cute, and he is bending back a little bit. It's a really nice little thing. I'm getting a whole family of Adipose now, because here's the other one. It's a little bit of a worried, serene looking Addy pose, once again with his arms out and things like that. He's just sort of walking along. He's a little bit calm about life, but once again, he's got a nice little smiley face and is a nice little inclusion, and his back is, of course, straight. So yeah, it's a nice sort of standard Addy pose. Just as a little add-on in case any of you are interested, here are all the different Addy pose sculpts all together, including the expansion pack that was released a few months ago, as well as all the different versions. I do believe that these are all the different sculpts that have been released so far, and generally overall, they create a really nice little family of them. And also, what is a really nice inclusion, we also get the River Song Diary. Now, this has been incredibly well sculpted. As you can see along the front, we get engraved the really nice TARDIS design with all the different checkered patterns, and then even on the spine of the book, we get all the different sections in the panels, and then on the back, we get the same detailing. And I really like the way that on the inside, we get all the pages, which have in fact been individually sculpted there, along the top even lifting off slightly, and I really like the way that this has been made all even, making it look like the book is actually puffing out slightly. But yeah, this is a really nice thing, a really nice solid piece, and once again will look really nice with the figure. Also, as an additional River Song accessory, we also get the sonic screwdriver. This has been really nicely detailed. We get the hoop at the bottom there, along with all the different copper sections and things, with the blue emitter at the top, with the different sort of panelled sections there. It is generally a really nice little Sonic, and a really nice prop that you can sort of display with the figure if you would like to, or even with the 12th Doctor if you're going to be a little bit crafty, and you could do a little bit of a Husbands of River Song thing if you would like, I don't know. And then as a final accessory, we get another version of the River Song Diary. As you can see, this one is open. You can tell that because it is open, obviously. But yeah, at the back there, we get once again the same details, once again, of the engraving pattern. Really incredibly done. We get sort of almost a greenish wash over the top there, making it look a little bit battered. On the inside, we get generally the same idea of all the different pages and things sticking out with a really nice pattern in there. But as you can see, on the inside, we in fact get two little messages. We get one that says about Lake Silencio with a loop around it, which is really nice, which once again is a little bit of a reference to the 11th Doctor rather than the 10th Doctor. And then we also get a little thing there which says about spacemen and things, which once again is another little reference. Even though we don't see inside River Song's diary, it's a nice little thing. I do really like that, and once again looks brilliant with the actual figure. Next up, we have hands. Isn't that handy? I'm pretty sure I've made that joke now every single Big Chief review, and you know what? It wasn't even funny the first time. So we have quite a lot of hands for this product, as per usual. Because this is a younger person, though, however, we don't really tend to have too much detail on them. We really have a bit of bone structure in there, not really too much though, maybe the occasional vein or two, and we do have the nails nicely painted as well. So this is the standard open hand to hold the larger things such as the River Song Diary. We do have the flexible thing in there once again, meaning that they can be stretched to hold things a little bit more easily, which is quite good, and there's the plug in there. We also have your standard hands as well, which are the ones that I do believe normally come packaged on the figure. They are just your sub-average ones that are just nicely relaxed and things there, with all the detailing on the inside, even with a few wrinkles here and there as well, which is great to see. The next one is quite interesting. It's your normal open palm hand as usual. However, this time I've gone and dropped it. However, this time we do also have a key inside there, which has been really nicely sculpted, and we have some silver paint apps on there, which is really nice. It's something brand new. Don't really know why they did it, but it is still a nice feature, and I do believe it's the first ever time we've seen something like that, so it's a really nice little thing. Next up, we just have the other open hand there, this time for the opposite hand to that one, once again to hold the more bigger props. And then your final sets of hands are basically just the holding hands, where you can hold the different accessories that are a little bit smaller, such as these sonic screwdrivers. And once again, we have the same flexible feature with the fingers, meaning that you can move them in and out or wherever. And then that's the same that applies for the other one. However, this time it is a little bit more closed, and as you can see, you can probably put the sonic screwdriver in there, although it does look quite tight. There we go. You could just sort of slide it in slightly. Doesn't really work too much, but you still have the closed hand there. And if you're a regular viewer of these Big Chief reviews, you will of course know every single figure comes with the hexagonal base. As you can see, once again, exactly the same thing to usual, the blue pattern there really nicely supports the figure. We get the crotch piece at the top, which is in fact extendable, meaning you can have it at any height you want, and then of course in the middle we get the reflective piece. Hello me. Of course, to finish off the base, much like any Doctor figure, once the lights are off and you turn off the switch at the back, you do in fact get this light up insignia, which I do believe says the 10th Doctor in Gallifreyan, which is a really nice addition. And then of course, finally, to finish off the figure, as always, it comes with its certificate of authenticity. So as you can see at the front, we get Doctor Who, the 10th Doctor, and the title of the set. And then on the back, we get a few customer details along with the Big Chief and BBC logo. So nice little thing to finish it off. So overall for this product, does it really need saying? It is absolutely excellent. Once again, Big Chief Studios have done an excellent job at creating a screen-accurate product of extremely high quality, probably the best David Tennant I've ever seen in any piece of merchandise across the entirety of Doctor Who. The tailoring to the costume is excellent, especially on the suit itself, the way that they've made it skin tight, very much giving the impression of how it does in the actual show. Trench coat as well, it could do with a few improvements here and there, and it is a little bit baggy in parts such as on the arms, and it may be a little bit too long. However, I do still really like it. I think that it finishes off the product incredibly well. And the face sculpt as well is absolutely incredible, especially the hair and the eyes. Once again, I'm blown away by the amount of detail that Big Chief can put into a product. And the accessories as well. I think that we get a really nice wide range of products with this one, really making photography and posability a really nice option. And overall, once again, a really strong contender to being one of my favourites, but to be quite honest, it's getting to the point now where picking a favourite will probably be like trying to pick your favourite child. It's literally impossible because they're all so good in their own way. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you do have intention to buy this product, then I highly recommend it. If you have the opportunity to buy this one or even the original version, then as I say, I highly recommend doing it, as it is sold out now on the Big Chief Studios website, so the only place to get it from is external retailers, second-hand, maybe even on the Facebook group. There will be some place out there that probably will still have a few available. However, if you want to get it for a good and reasonable price, it's probably going to be in the next few months before people really start to realise, right, this figure is gone off the market and they can lift the prices even more. So yeah, good luck if you are trying to find it. I wish you all the best in luck in that. But thanks for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a big like, please subscribe if you're not already. If any questions, please do leave them below and be sure to answer them at some point in the near future. Thanks again for watching, I shall see you all next time. So thanks for watching and bye for now.